Welcome back into Talking Fitchburg. Joining me today for the Fitchburg Senior Center, it's Jill McHone, your director, and so much more. Jill, how you doing today?
I'm doing super. Back to work after a long weekend, so settling in.
Yeah, and I don't know if with COVID being in place right now, this might be a good time for people to be staying home as the hot weather
I know.
is just increasing. And my
I
guess is
know.
I would be working with you this week to talk about outreach on checking on loved ones, which you still should do,
We,
but.
yep.
Yeah, a little bit different now because we could be a cooling center in some capacity, capacity. But now,
No, I know this whole week. I mean, it's something to consider. People, we'll be reaching out to a lot of our folks this week just to check on them and see how they're doing with the heat. Yeah.
yeah, it's a
Yeah.
good thing. Well, we had to push things back up at City Hall and basically across the city, and with the pandemic still going on here. What as far as your facility goes,
Right.
you weren't necessarily going to open, but
Right.
tell us what is your current status at the Fitchburg Senior Center?
So very similar to before, staff is in the office every day, and if not, they're working remotely from home. So we are checking emails and we're checking voicemails. This is the first week that we're going to, come on in, Mandy. There's Mandy.
Hi, Mandy.
I knew you guys were doing this. I just wanted to say, hey,
Yeah,
We miss you, Mandy.
everybody.
I know. So today's the first day we went to 4 days a week for meals, though. So we had been delivering 3 days a week, doubling up on the meals. So packaging anywhere between 100 and 110 meals a day.
Man.
Now we're doing one meal a week, and we are delivering Monday, Tuesday, Thursday, Friday. Wednesday, at this point for the month of July, we will be doing those drive-bys, just a fun sort of outreach, stop and get a treat. And part of the reason we didn't pick up a Wednesday is because we were having some trouble finding home delivered meal drivers because we needed 5 new drivers to cover those 5 routes. And we got a couple new drivers, but we just felt like for this month, we could still do the outreach to folks that still could drive or independent. It's fun to see them drive by, and then do, the connections with our more frail people that are still home or isolated. So yeah, we're in the office every day, and certainly not business as usual, but some of it is business as usual. So
The new usual, right?
yeah, I guess.
Tell us a little bit more about the drive-by lunches happening on Wednesdays for people who haven't participated in it. It's a pretty cool
Right.
program.
So this would be kind of our third time that we've done a drive-by. We did the Oasis lunch a few weeks ago, which was hugely successful. We kind of toned it down. You can't really say it's a lunch. It's more of a snack, and not a healthy snack at that. But, it's COVID. It's okay. We all got the COVID extra 19 anyway, so we're just like loading on. So this Wednesday, we're doing donuts from Lane's Bakery and a cup of coffee. And that's at 8:30 for an hour. The next Wednesday, milk and cookies. That starts 9:30 to 10:30. The following Wednesday, this is going to be a big one, I think, is Dairy Queen Dilly Bars from 10:30 to 11:30.
Yeah, how can I make reservations for a
I
box of
know,
those for
I know.
my guys upstairs?
Exactly. We're going to get some extra ones. Everything we were kind of planning for 100. This time we might do a few more dilly bars. And then the last Wednesday of the month is just pop and popcorn from 11:30 to 12:30. We ask for a minimum donation, or a donation of like $2. The friends are purchasing all the supplies for us, and then we just, whatever we collect, we give it back to them. But certainly, without that support, we couldn't do this, and make it fun and casual, and just take the donations and stuff. So just a good way to see people again. Just drive up. We've got all the safety precautions, and hopefully see some smiling faces.
Absolutely. Jill, are you taking donations of any sort? Is there a certain need for products or food,
Mhm.
or I mean, because you guys are always doing or always taken collections beforehand, but
Right,
given the
right.
circumstances now, if people are coming down, are you just looking for more funds just to be able
You
to spread the
know,
wealth better? What's going on
yeah,
there?
we're always, I mean, I would say we're always looking for money, but we always will accept donations. We've used a lot of the donations to help people that are having some trouble with food insecurities. Not only have we taken monetary donations, we have had people continue to drop off stuff for the food pantry. So we will be taking that still over to Allied and Badger Prairie Needs Network. If the case demands, then we just kind of put together our own little food box for our folks from some of those donated items. So yeah, we're always happy to take donations, and we're still helping people. We had a request for a security deposit moving into an apartment, some cleanup of an apartment. So the caseworkers are still doing what they always do. So not everything we're doing is specifically connected to COVID, because we're still helping people with our special needs funds and that sort of thing. So, but yeah, always happy to take donations and use them to support people in the community.
Yeah, the social workers are phenomenal, by the way. First
Yeah,
off,
thank you.
very very lucky to have Amy and Sarah
Pass
in
that
our
along.
corner. Yes, yes. And for those of people who don't know how to get in contact with them, maybe afraid to talk to, whatever the case may be, how do you
Yeah.
open up that door and start that conversation with them?
Yeah, just give us a call, and, Susie will listen to what your needs are and then patch you back to a social worker, or just call and say, I just need some help. Can I talk to a social worker? Another thing I forgot to mention is Dane County Library is opening back up their library service. So they have delivered a new set of books. And so we are taking appointments for people to come in and grab a book out of our library. I know that, Fitchburg Library also is doing that. But it's nice to come in here too. You don't have to put it on reserve or anything. You can just come and see what we have. We'll disinfect after you leave. So you can call Susie and make an appointment for that. And then we are doing 2 days of foot care this month, and that's filling up pretty quick. So
I was gonna say, why is foot care so popular? Tell me a
well,
little bit behind it.
I mean, as you get older, it gets hard to reach down and bend down and trim your toenails, and long toenails can become infected. And so it is kind of more of a safety measure, a preventative measure to keep your feet healthy, because one infected toenail for somebody who has poor circulation could really lead to a ton of complications. And so it's just nice to keep those toes trimmed and cleaned and taken care of.
Yeah, I never really think about that. Something that you do all your life, and then it can be a
Right.
little bit harder to do it. And
Yeah.
that's an awesome service.
Mhm.
Finally, here, Jill, if people want to learn more about what you got going on day by
Yeah.
day, week by week, how can they do that?
They can either go on the city website and connect to our main page. They can, the newsletter's there. They can go on our Facebook page. They can also call, and if they want, we certainly will mail them a newsletter. We know a lot of people don't go on the computer as often, and so if they want one in the mail, give us a call. We are sending a lot of them out to those folks that we know are not able to access a computer. So I'd say just give us a call, and we'll figure out a
Fantastic.
way to meet your needs.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. Again, just because the doors aren't open doesn't mean the services aren't there. So,
Indeed. Thank you. Yeah.
yeah, Jill, thank you so much for your time. I appreciate it as always. Great work
Thank you.
out there, and tell
You guys
everybody hi from
too.
us.
Thanks
Hey,
for everything you do to keep us front and center as well.
oh, absolutely. Glad to help out. All right, stop on down. First, give them a call, and then
Yeah.
make your appointment and stop
Thank
on
you.
down. Say hi to everybody, and they're doing great work down there at the Senior Center. We're gonna take a quick break. More to come. You're watching Talking Pittsburgh.